Good afternoon people, and welcome to another episode of Adam's Eats. It's Friday and I'm going to make a really simple dish, and it's cauliflower cheese. Now this is where I create a bit of a divide here, because I'm going to ask the question, should it be served with a roast dinner or should it be served as a dish in its own right? Personally, I think it's a dish in its own right, and I would treat it like I would a macaroni cheese, have it with a bit of veg, bit of salad maybe, but that's it. I don't want it swimming around in my gravy and mixing with everything else. It's just cheese sauce and gravy. Nah. But let me know, leave a comment down below. Is it a side dish or is it a dish in its own right? I'd love to know your thoughts, but you know, keep it civil. I don't want no fights, don't want no scrapping. So that's what we're gonna make today. Again, following the usual drill, hit that pause button, make a list of those ingredients, and we'll get cracking. We're gonna make a cheese sauce in a minute, but the first thing we're gonna do is deal with this puppy. And what you want to do is just take off these outer leaves of your cauliflower. You can use frozen cauliflower if you want. I've never done it myself, but I'm sure it'll be just as good. Let's get rid of that. Now I've got a pan here just off camera, which I'm going to put the florets into once I've cut them off. But all you want to do is just take off the florets, and you want them that sort of size, pop them in the pan. If you get some that are a bit large like that, just cut them in half. And you want to repeat that with the rest of your cauliflower until you've got just the core and the root bit left. Put some water in the pan, get that onto a simmer, and then we'll get on and we'll make our cheese sauce. Right, so I've got my cauliflower in a pan of salted water here, and I'm just going to bring that to a simmer, and you want to cook that for about 5, maybe 10 minutes until it's just undercooked. You don't want it cooked all the way through, because remember it's going to cook in the oven as well, and if you overcook it, it's just going to be a bit mushy and it's just going to taste like farts. All right, overcooked cauliflower is naff. So whilst that's cooking, we're just going to get on and make our cheese sauce, which could be simpler. You want to get a pan on a lowish heat, add your butter, okay, and then you want to melt this butter till it's nice and foaming. Then add in your flour and then just mix that together until it forms a paste. Okay, and you just want to cook that for about 30 seconds, and this will cook out the rawness of the flour. Now you can start adding your milk. Just add a little touch first, and it should all start to clump together. That's perfectly fine, that's normal. Okay, once that's absorbed, just add a little bit more. Okay, it will be a bit lumpy at this stage, but don't worry about it. It will sort itself out. Okay, once it gets to that stage, we're going to switch over to a whisk just to make life easier, and then add some more milk. Okay, and once it's got to this sort of consistency, you can add the rest of your milk. Add in your bay leaves, a little bit of pepper, and some nutmeg, about 1/4 teaspoon. We won't add any salt at this point because the cheese is going to be quite salty, so we'll taste for seasoning at the end. Add in your mustard. Now I'm using English mustard here. I strongly suggest you use that because it's got a much more robust flavour and it works really well with cheese. And then just bring that to a simmer until that sauce has gone nice and thick, and then we'll add our cheese. I've just drained my cauliflower because it's at the point where it's ready. I've just popped it back in the pan here because it will sit to one side. The knife goes in, you know it's still a bit raw. It's not fully cooked through. That's what you want. Right, so the sauce has gone nice and thick, and we're going to start adding our cheese. Now, you want to put in about 150 grams and then save 50 grams for the top. So we're just going to add a handful at a time and then melt it through. And once all that cheese is melted, we'll add another handful until it's all incorporated and you've got a nice, smooth, glossy sauce. We'll give it a quick taste for seasoning, and then we'll combine the two and get it in the oven. Okay, at this point you want to preheat your oven to about gas mark 5, so it's nice and hot and ready for the cauliflower cheese to go in. Okay, so I've just melted through the last of that cheese, and I'm just going to give it a quick taste for seasoning. Doesn't need any salt. So we just want to fish out the bay leaves because you don't want to be munching on those. Right, so I've got myself a suitable roasting vessel here. Just add your cooked or your semi-cooked cauliflower to that. Then add in that delicious cheese sauce. Give it a good old mix so that that cheese sauce gets in all those nooks and crannies. Level it out a bit. Finish with the rest of that cheese. What's also nice as well is you can top this with a mixture of cheese and breadcrumbs if you want like a crunchier topping. I'm happy as it is. Okay, so it's been in the oven for about 25 minutes. Let's get it out and have a look. Now I'm going to leave this to one side for about 5 minutes just so it cools down slightly, because that is going to be molten hot. And then we'll have a taste. Right, let's dish some of this up. Man, I am ready for this. If you want it a bit browner on the top, you can also just put it under the grill for a few minutes. But I can't wait, I need this in my face. Here we are then, my version of cauliflower cheese. Let's give it a try. Probably still going to be really hot. Ouch, ouch. Oh, I've got sauce down me. God's sake, I'm like a child sometimes. Let's try again. That is comfort in a bowl. It's so savoury, really cheesy. And I know the health experts out there are going to say that you've kind of negated the point of the cauliflower, because any health benefits have probably disappeared now that it's slaked in all that cheese sauce, but it's really good. Now, I don't really like cauliflower just on its own. It's a bit of a boring veg really, but covered in cheese sauce and then put in the oven, like what's not to love? Get that little bit of punch from that mustard, because mustard and cheese works really, really well. And you could also, if you wanted to, put some fresh herbs in there. Sage and thyme works absolutely brilliantly with cheese, but I like it in its purest form. Well, there we have it folks. Cauliflower cheese, really simple, comforting, warming, delicious, tasty, but does it belong with a roast dinner? Let me know, leave a comment down below. Yes, I will put it in the Sunday roast playlist, because I know a lot of you like it with your roast dinner. Well, that's it for today guys. Thanks ever so much for watching. Please drop a like down below, subscribe if you enjoy my videos. Hang around at the end as well, because there's a little end screen thing that I've made now. It's got a subscribe button on it and some videos and stuff, which looks kind of professional. Makes me look like I know what I'm doing. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye for now.